Hi everyone, and welcome to the Woman CEO, the channel that educates and empowers women about the infinite intelligence to achieve success. I am your host, Nonkululeko Nkabinde, or Nonks for short. Every week I'm joined by a woman who's out making a name for herself, whose story resonates with the mission of the Woman CEO. Today I'm joined by Sara Kapay. She's the owner and founder of Likers of Things, or LOT for short. LOT is an events and social lifestyle guide that covers everything from parties to conferences and food. Hi, Sara.
Hi, I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm good, thank you. So I just want to get into it. How did you come up with LOT?
I started an Excel spreadsheet where I used to put down a list of events when they used to happen, and I used to budget for them. Salary hikes. I used to budget for them, and then friends used to start asking, and I used to start sharing. And so then one of my very close friends was like, just start a group where you can share all these things. So I started a group on Facebook, and it had like 40 or 50 like members.
Yeah.
And then from then on, it just grew and then all my marketing friends were like, just turn it into a page because then you can monitor it and you can do more. So yeah, and the rest is history.
Oh wow, okay, so you had a spreadsheet and you budgeted for it. But now that you're going out there and even being called to attend these events, how would you say, like, is it as glamorous as it seems? Because when I look at your Instagram page, which is @likers_of_things, it seems very glamorous. You get to enjoy all this different food and you interact with all these people. Like, am I just seeing what I want to see?
The intention is not to glamorize it. I think we live in a space where social media can make everything look glamorized. It can make everything. The intention is not to glamorize. I just want people to experience what I'm experiencing. For me, it's more about the experience. It's not about glamorizing anything. So even when I was paying myself to go to like a concert or whatever, it was never to glamorize. It was just like, I'm here. I love being here. I love being in the event space. I love being around people. You know? But obviously with social media and the etiquette, you learn how to take better pictures, and it's just being better at the platform. It's not necessarily to glamorize it in any way.
Yeah.
It's just I learned how to take good pictures. I learned how each platform works and how to work it, and that's how it is. I've made so many new friends within the industry and within all these events, like all the events that we go to, everybody behind the events, the planners, the PR, organize, whatever. I've made friends. Now sometimes it's just nice to get together and to see them, and how it is. Yeah.
Okay, and then there's something that I want to touch on that you just spoke of. In terms of meeting all these different people, people often say that there is an authenticity in the industry. How do you manage to hold your own? And were you ever mentored prior to this whole events and planning all of that?
I was never. Firstly, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Okay, yeah. But all I know is that in the beginning, I did ask a lot of help for some really big companies and some really big individuals and people who've been doing it, bloggers. Asked a lot of help. I started following them, seeing what they were doing, seeing what their companies were doing, how they were doing it. So it's just, I took it upon myself to know who in the industry, who does what, how they do it. And there were some people that really helped me. Like for one, she's also a blogger. Her name is Annabelle. She's got a blog called She Said. It's one of my favorite blogs ever. She helped me a lot. She took the time to let me know what was in the industry, how I should go about asking, how I should, how it works, and who are the people to contact. She really helped me a lot. And a lot of the PR companies, when I approached them, also helped me a lot. Like Melanie, Melanie Piper's.
Okay.
She was really great. And Farah and African, so all those people. Like there's been quite a few of them. There's too many to mention now. But yes, I did take it upon myself to also form those relationships and not because people always assume that you want to be famous and you want to be out there. I hate that. I just love events. That's pure it.
Yeah.
Like when they say, would you do something for free over and over again. That's how it is.
But I'm actually a bit surprised to hear that your family didn't react or respond in a sense of saying, why are you deciding to stop your work and stop corporate? You know, these are just the beginning days. You're going to struggle in the beginning. I'm surprised that conversation never came
my
about.
dad did. When I moved from the last corporate, I moved to an NGO, and then I did, like, I traveled to Congo, the African Games. That's basically when the journey started. So, like, I've always been working. I left corporate a long time ago, but I've just always been working. So for them, it was still like, oh, you're still working, right? So it was not like jumped straight into it, because I didn't really want to jump straight into it, start testing the waters and see how far I could go and see the potential in it. So yeah.
But now you see the potential and you're happy.
I'm happy, but it's a journey. It's such a journey.
And more about that journey, how would you advise other women who want to embark on such a journey?
One, it's time consuming. If you have no passion for whatever it is, I know people repeat this a lot. Love what you do, find your passion. It actually is true. That's the thing. However you go about that journey is your individual story. So, but you have to love what you do. You have to. Like I always tell people, I wake up in the morning and I post. Before I go to bed, I think about what I'm going to post tomorrow. I think about how it's going to post it tomorrow. I think about, like, my life is centered around like those things. It started consuming me so much so that I had to leave myself. That's the reason why. Because it became a part of me.
Yeah.
Like, people who know me, they know that I don't even have individual Instagram, individual Twitter handles, because it became conflict. I was like, I do want this, and this is how I think anyway. What's the point of me having, you know, a different platform? So you have to love what you do, and you have to do your research. Like my friends laugh at me, they're like, you're always telling people to do research. I'm like, that's human beings' flaws, and that's why things like research companies and stuff exist. Because people don't like a simple thing as finding out how many restaurants are around them. They can't do that because they find it like a huge task. It's simple. It's just research. Find out who's in your industry. How do they do it? How can you be either better or stand out? I mean, I always give the example, how many accountants are there? How many actors are there? How many rappers are there? How many... Do you think that AKA wakes up in the morning and he's like, or when he started off, he's like, too many rappers, I'm just gonna set it up? No, it's not that. It's, if you really, really want to do this, you will find a way. And you'll find a way to do it in a way that's uniquely yours. Like for me, with Lycos of Things, I always try and give a personal experience without exposing my personal self too much. So I always try and make it personal, conversational, down to earth, current. I always read the news a lot to know what's happening. I stay away from negativity. I stay away from political stuff. I stay away. I mean, those are obviously opinions that we have, closed doors and whatever. But I stay away from those things because I know how it is. I stay away from celebrities. Like, it's not about them. Yeah. I want people to experience events, and I want people to experience what is out there. That is my whole aim. To know that you're in Baffontein, and to know that there's like over 60-something restaurants around you, but you don't even know that you live here because you only know Spur, Nando's, KFC, or whatever's around you. But you don't know there's places like Love, there's places like Peachy, there's places like Madden. It's just things like that. It's getting people to discover their areas wherever they are. I mean, there's lots of areas I haven't touched, which I would love to. It's just obviously time and resources to get to. I would love to literally go to every town and be like, these are the restaurants that are around you. These are the events that happen. These are the markets in your area. This is what's happening here. That's my goal. And obviously Africa.
What is your vision for yourself, Sara? Who, if someone had to say, who is Sara? How would you describe yourself if someone had to ask you that?
Okay, let's start with Lycos of Things. See, I already know Lycos of Things. I can't even talk about myself. Okay, so the vision for Lycos of Things is I want to tap into the African market. So what I'm doing is do it in all the African countries where possible, because I know there's restrictions with African countries, but where I can tap into those markets, do the same thing. Because I know countries like Nigeria have markets, actually have better events and stuff. I know Kenya has, I know Zambia, all those things. So I want to tap into those markets and also just show Africans that you don't experience this kind of life, this kind of, you have it in your soil. You can also create it in the soil if you want, in your culture, in your manner. So Africa is my, like, I don't even want to go, I don't want to go international, like, in terms of, I'm not saying that as I don't want to be that big, but I want it to be an 100% African platform. So to be a platform where if somebody comes from America and they're like, ooh, you know, we're going to Zambia, they can just go and look at the things and see, like the markets that they can do in Zambia, the places that they can go in Zambia, foods that they can try in Zambia. That's the type of platform I want. For myself, obviously on the business side, from my Christian background, I want whatever I do needs to serve God in some way, right? So for me, that would be creating jobs, right? Empowering women. I specifically want to work with Black women and empower them. So Black women who are in the media space, who are in graphic design, videographers, photographers. Those are the type of people I want. Wherever I start, so if I start one in Botswana, I want to employ people in Botswana to work there to, go and do the events, to go home and do the tweets and whatever. That's my vision for myself. I want to empower Black women, and I also want to create jobs. Right?
Just to close off, what is the one lesson that you've kind of learned from this whole, to embarking on this journey, that you would want to leave other people knowing about?
Just be thankful. If you work with somebody and you've done something, say thank you. Say thank you even just for nothing, even if they've helped you 6 months ago. You follow up, say hi, thank you so much for doing so and so. I always say thank you. This one thing, even if it's something small, I will say thank you for this, thank you for. Always say thank you. Always just be grateful, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know whether the person's going to be like, oh my gosh, I remember that time she did something for me. So do you want to, use her for anything? So that's how it is. It's all about who you know. Build strong relationships. Like I said, don't be an asshole. Don't be like, I know her, she can get me into so and so. No.
Yeah.
Take the time to get to know the person. What does she actually do as a PR person? What does she actually do as a marketing manager or communication? What does that job involve? Because people always like, oh no, we need to get paid, right? We need to pay us. I'm like, we're not owing you anything. Nobody in the world owes you anything. You need to work through yourself and obviously work hard to get to where you want to go. But also build those relationships where you know that you built a strong relationship with a person. And when you call upon them or when they need you, they know that they can trust you as well. And also, do your work well. Do it well.
I love that she said that. But for Sara, yeah, definitely. I want to say for myself, thank you for being the first to embark on this journey with me. I really appreciate your presence here, and I hope, ladies, you learned something from her. I think the most important thing that we can understand is that even though it's hard in the beginning and anything new is always difficult, but for as long as you're willing to learn how to earn, then the journey will never be tough. So if you want to learn more about Sara and her company, Likers of Things, you can find more in the description box below. Otherwise, keep following us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Woman CEO. And I look forward to introducing another phenomenal woman.